low-key. Niggas hating cause they don't want no beef. State gang, true sippers, bitch, I bet we gon' eat.
She wants it balls deep. She need every inch of this dick to keep. Every time she stuck it and suck it, that's her daily treat. Boots flying off, panties down by her knees. She said, cowboy, fuck me harder till I can't breathe. Bounce on this coat till your knees go weak. Swallow every drop, girl, don't you leak. From your throat to your pussy, then a slide in your cheek. She don't want no halfway, she only wants it balls deep. All she wants is my dick swinging like a bull on a string. Riding reverse cowgirl, moaning loud a beat. Clapping like a honky-tonk drum, smacking them cheeks. Bounce on this coat till your knees go weak. Swallow every drop, girl, don't you leak. From your throat to your pussy, then a slide in your cheek. She don't want no halfway, she only wants it balls deep. Shit her till I'm touching her soul. She don't say stop, she just begs go steep. Gagging on this dick while I'm pounding balls deep. Bounce on this coat till your knees go weak. Swallow every drop, girl, don't you leak. From your throat to your pussy, then a slide in your cheek. She don't want no halfway, she only wants it balls, balls deep.
Take a hallelujah. That's about everybody. We miss on the song a lot. Just make a man about it. This is called Tell Her Not to Do.
If you handle your business right, I'ma promote your ass. You bitch out and try to kite, I'ma come smoke your ass. The shit that I'm giving you, they drawing blood to get. The Vicks be running through because they love the shit. So don't come with that, no one wouldn't buy it. The shit was food. Niggas try to rob me, nobody was coming through. Snitches, I can't have that. Bitches, I can't have that. Riches, you can have that. Just bring me my cash back. Look, it's all gravy with me, go ahead and shine. That's how you play it with me, you're big time. All I want is the G's with a trunk full of keys. A Benz on 20s, you got something you can lend me. Shit, boys ain't doing nothing for me for free. Can't put no trust in you boys, cause y'all be trying to run G. Cause I don't like dreaming about making no cheese. Wanna see my motherfucking bank account OD. Until then, I'ma be thugging behind the project building, smoking that Bobby with the ghetto children, plotting on a way that we can make $1 million. Yeah, I'ma be thugging behind the project building, smoking that Bobby with the ghetto children, plotting on a way that we can make $1 million. Hey, now I'm on some shit again. Leave a hater stranded like Gilligan. Hundreds I'm considering, flexing for $1 million. Catch it, hater, I'm killing them. They stop, but I ain't feeling them. My jacket off appearing them. Some will say it's Mac 9, it be flipping them. Some of these haters is trying to run G, so I be gifting them. They will do the same to me. Boys ain't no family. Shit is all a game to me, but nobody gon' handle me. 400 degrees, toting guns, running with me. No wonder we need more money one could receive. Play, I wanna deal with this Christ. I'ma put it open in this life. Never should I fuck with me right. Why you keep ducking me shy? I'ma knock your head off. Boy, tryna get to your fuck, tryna play it off. You made the beat, pussy so wise, you scared. If you mind your fucking business, then your life would be spared. I can't see it. Pussy try to make me out a bitch, I can't be it. I had this motherfucker crow with hitters like Free Nick. You probably can save yourself, but you can't save your neighbors. When my nine get to spinning around like a baseball player. Put on this potato on the end of my nine. Foolishness I entertain to keep these boys in line. Look, cause I don't like to dream about making no cheese. Cause I don't like to dream about making no cheese. Wanna see my motherfucking bank account OD. Until then I'ma be thugging mine a project building. Smoking that Bobby with the ghetto children. Plotting on the way that we can make $1 million. Yeah, yeah, I'ma be thugging mine a project building. Smoking that Bobby with the ghetto children. Plotting on the way that we can make $1 million. Ask some boy about me. Bet them bitches know me. Man, know your head buster out that wild TC. I'm a young hitter. Look at what you done, hitter. You done made me mad. Now I'm gonna get my gun, hitter. Better watch your tongue, hitter. Cause I'm getting dumb, hitter. Kill one hitter to represent where I'm from, hitter. 3 things you don't ever do. Fuck with a man, exchange or his mama. You do that, you want drama. Fuck with a big timer for sure. You don't see I'm out you. Which one of you boys want me? I'ma keep it real with you. You say you the man, I know I'm the man, and I'm ready to deal with you. I'm prepared for the toe tagging. Keep my Reebok strapped tight with my key ball sagging. Now I done rocked a couple of keys, and I done flipped that 2 times. I know I'm in a drought, and they gonna pursue mine. I got bills to pay, I can't be playing with you jokers. These youngsters something else, now you bout it, they'll provoke you. You can't understand how a hitter my age can hit the streets like the bustin' with the 12 gauge. But I don't like to dream about making no cheese in the future. Wanna see my fucking pockets OD. Until then I'ma be thugging out the project. Fucking that fire, we can get up shit.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, ghetto children, ladies and gentlemen, A, B's, and C's, 1, 2s, and 3s. We are here because last night when I was restless, I seen Cora Holcomb go live to address this hubbub that's been going on. Y'all didn't know, after the Antoine's Daniel shit, a couple days after, I don't know, maybe 2 days after, 3 days after, maybe the nun fight, a TMZ video showed up showing Cora Holcomb. Well, he said, according to Corey in the video last night, he ain't never punched no lady in the face, but he did strike her. He saying it wasn't a ball fist, but he saying he either backhand her or mugged her or something. He said he ain't never punched no woman, though. But yeah, so he gave his response, and then y'all just gonna, of course, y'all saw about the thumbnail. He said he's suing. But this lady is the one who's supposed to have been punched. Now, unlike most people, I'm not mad at this nigga for punching this lady. I ain't said cancel Corey or nothing, because we've never heard, as long as Corey has been famous, he's never been labeled as a woman beater. So I'm pretty sure this lady did something to get hit. So that's why I hadn't been upset. I don't know the story. Do I condone it? No, but sometimes a bitch need to get hit. That's all I'm saying. Is it normal? No. Is it an everyday regular thing? No. But sometimes a bitch need to get hit. That's all I'm saying. And that might have been one of them times. So I hadn't been one of them people that say, Cancer Corey. I have been one of them ones that say it's weird that this shit came out after you didn't fight Anton. And the narrative they're trying to paint it, you will fight women but not fight men. This is a bit fucked up. But the timing of that was just so crazy in how it released. So let's listen to this woman's version of events. Now, Corey said he was suing. I heard TMZ in there. I didn't know if he was saying he was going to actually sue her or, yeah, just her. I don't know. Well, he definitely said he said suing TMZ. But wouldn't he want to go after her too and everybody else who's platformed this lady? All right, let's go.
Nervous. You know, we're gonna talk about. I heard some things about you. Good stuff, though. It ain't no bad stuff. So we're gonna talk about it.
All these rumors and everything, right? Even to the point where I'm married right now. I didn't even know I was married. Like I'm like, oh my God, where's the ring? Like,
okay, right, exactly.
Can a bitch get proposed to first? Like,
okay. Well, listen, let's talk about it. So, listen, I'm excited to finally be doing this interview. I know some weeks ago you were at a comedy club, and rumor was circulating that you and Corey Holcomb had an altercation.
Hold on, y'all.
Now, this altercation, according to you and other
Damn
sources,
it,
because I had got it from other sources before I actually got it from you. And then when you came to my DM, you was like, no, this actually happened.
I know y'all think I was trying to blur that out. No, I was not. I was trying to just do a different thing because I don't know how these big time YouTubers be with their content. So, but anyway, fuck it.
That you and Corey Holcomb had an altercation.
This the video TMZ. That's her. Now, again, I don't know what's going on, but his lawyer did say something very, very interesting about this night. He barking.
Now, this altercation, according to you and other sources, because I had got it from other sources before I actually got it from you. And then when you came to my DM, you was like, no, this actually happened. They were saying, actually, on the night that it happened, they was like, hey, Tasha, they were in my DM. They was like, yo, I just saw Corey punch Christina Payne, another comedian, in the face. And I was like, oh, okay. So being that it was hearsay, I was like, I don't know if they trying to, because Corey's team like to troll with information. So I was like, well, let me see if the victim will come forward. So, and then when you hit me, I was like, okay, now we can go. So are you ready to do an interview? So you and Corey Holcomb had an altercation, and he ended up, according to you, striking you in the face.
Yes. And there were about like 35 other people plus probably out there. So I'm not the only one who saw this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's why it's just surprising and alarming to me that he's like literally trying to change the whole complete story.
We just saw the damn video. Of course you not. Now, Corey, I hope you ain't been engaging in no freak offs and things of that nature, because nigga, the floodgates is finna open.
Like as if when he's saying he didn't hit me, and then he's saying, oh, it was self-defense. So then it's like, so what are you talking about? So now you're trying to say that I hit you, and he's trying to say that I hit another person now or something like that. So I'm like, if I went on a hitting spree like that, how come none of y'all called the police? How come none of y'all went to the hospital? How come, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are other people leaking the story even before I got to say anything, to the point where people were calling me and I was in the hospital? Like folks were calling me in the morning like, yo, I heard what happened. What happened? Like, what happened?
In the hospital, ma'am, it was a smack. What the hell you need medical attention for?
So the story was already moving about, / people were already contacting the Hollywood Improv like, hey, do you know what happened last night in front of your club last night? And so they started to look into the footage, and because of what they saw, it already had started to go corporate. It already started to go into the hands of people who are handling major things out here, including Live Nation, Levity, a bunch of stuff like that. So these are the people who pay a lot of us comedians, you know what I'm saying? So, and a lot of it is Jewish ran, might I add, along with women ran. So it's like, this is not going to serve him at all in the public eye, especially with it already going along with his comedy, like his.
Ma'am, if Ike Turner can recover, anybody can. Anybody can, ma'am, if Ike can. Lots of people have recovered from the backlash of getting into it with a woman. Stop it, lady. Stop it.
material. Like
that's
he talks shit about his daughter. He talks shit about his wife. She
wants him canceled. Okay, ma'am. If he talks shit about himself, why wouldn't he talk shit about his daughter or his wife? Most comedians start with themselves first before they go outward. They poke fun of themselves. So I don't like this lady already. So he can't tell jokes or be honest about his spouse and daughter. Why? Why are they off limits if he talks shit about himself? Don't they do funny shit? Don't they do shit that would make him mad that he could tell a story about?
Cheat, like how's he's a cheater. I mean, he said crazy things like fuck that bitch talking about his daughter. I could make another one. And it's like, as a woman who loves her father, I'm just like, I couldn't imagine my dad saying some crazy stuff like that. Like how, and as a social worker, just hearing stuff
you
like
a social worker?
Yes, I have a master's in social work from Howard University. So that's also another thing is that I know the laws. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I hit somebody, and especially first? Like, I know it's one thing about self-defense, but it's also another thing to just be striking people first, and you have witnesses, and there's cameras around, all around. Like, so we were right in front of the Hollywood Improv.
I'm definitely gonna let y'all hear Corey and Corey's lawyer's response after this goes. I hope this ain't a whole 58-minute video. I hope Tasha do what she do. She have several things in there. Because really, I just care about the fight. I don't care about her having her master's or her opinion on him being canceled and all the other stuff. Bitch, just tell us how the fight started.
And
okay. Yeah, so tell me what happened. Were you performing that night, or was he performing at the Hollywood Improv?
No, he rarely gets to perform there at that improv. I don't even think they appreciate him at all.
Again, we don't need your opinion on that, bitch. Like, were you performing? Like, we don't care if he was performing or not. How the fuck did the fight happen? No, he don't perform that. I don't think they're like, who, bruh? You too goddamn. That's probably why the fuck you got smacked. You too opinionated. Shut up.
And then come to find out, he usually has a gun on him, so that's why he doesn't come in. So whenever D-Ray show is there, that's like his homie from Chicago. And so that's the only time he may or may not, jump up on stage for 5 minutes or something like that. But he's usually outside of the Hollywood Improv.
They say he drives a scooter. Is that true?
Well, I don't know exactly, but I know that he fell off of a scooter and broke both of his wrists. And he actually did that in the summertime after the initial verbal altercation that we had. This whole thing really started in the summertime. And
I just never thought somebody that carries a gun would ride a scooter. That's really interesting. Okay, I just wanted to confirm that because they say he rides it's like a little moped scooter. And I was like, he kind of heavy to be on a moped. And I know he'd be musty on that because he's real hairy. Yeah, he's real hairy. I know he'd be musty and stuff. So what initially started the beef?
Well, I mean, if we're going all the way back to when it initially for real started, this is like 12 years ago, for real. Before I was
beefing that long.
Listen, girl, but this is off of some.
So I'm just saying, you've been beefing with somebody for 12 years. And then y'all in person, and that person is beefing with you in face, barking at you in your face. And she know you a grown-ass man. Now, again, in a normal situation, is it right? No. But y'all know the rest. Y'all know the rest. After 12 years of frustration from this bitch fucking with him came out. That's all I'm going to say.
12 years ago, I wasn't even doing comedy back then. I was only doing radio. I started my podcast called The Christina Payne Show. So that's why I remember when you started, because when you...
Why you doing everything but social work with your goddamn master's degree? You working at the radio and shit. You're doing comedy. Like, what you went to school to just not use the goddamn degree?
You were starting, I was like going into comedy. I did maybe like 100 episodes and it wasn't even called podcast yet. It was still called Radio Internet. So Corey was a guest on my show. A bunch of people have been on my show, like Wiz Khalifa, Nipsey Hussle, Sway from MTV, Nell. So I grew up in radio. I've been doing radio since I was 14. So I ran this radio show like a real radio show for real. And a national guest on there. Corey was on there as well, along with other comedians. And this was also in Washington, D.C. So whenever people came into Washington, D.C., I would have them on the show. So he saw how my show was ran, and I had 2 comedian co-hosts on my joint. So he then tried to recruit me to be his co-host for his show that he was starting, that he just began. And he said, I want you to replace this Mexican lady named Darlene. She's the ex-girlfriend of.
Now, what's funny is she said this was 12 years ago, and he was starting his stuff. Now, the show Corey did last night, Corey said, this is our 16th season doing this. This is our 16th year. But she said he had just started something, but it's a 4-year difference. It seemed like he would have been, if he in year 16, and you saying you met him 12 years ago, he had already had the show started. But I don't like how she trying to be messy and say he recruited me 12 years ago to replace this Mexican lady named Darlene. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Darlene is still on the show. So if he wanted to replace her 12 years ago, why the fuck hadn't he done so yet? This lady is being a messy, yellow, light-skinned, red-bone bitch. That's what she's being. This is unnecessary. Now you trying to get him and Darlene and them into it. But I just want to point out to the people, according to her, 12 years ago, Darlene is still on the show. I'm unsure. I want to say Darlene been there the whole 16 years. So the story don't make sense. This who Q trying to get her like Tasha K too. That's what she trying to do to Tasha K.
Of iced tea or something like that. That's like what she's famous for or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but he hit Darlene too. Yeah, Corey hit Darlene.
Oh, he has?
Yeah.
Oh God.
His wife told me.
Oh, the Puerto Rican lady?
Yeah, he said that, she called him.
You don't know what to call her. You don't know whether you called a Mexican 30 seconds ago. Now she a Puerto Rican.
Cheating with Darlene as well.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Got that. Oh yeah, the wife told us. But they're going through a divorce. She told us everything. She say he likes butt play.
Ain't it just like a bitch to do all of this when y'all going through a divorce? She told us everything. He like, and the number one thing they like to do is say that you're gay. I don't know how long Corey and his wife was married, but if he liked butt play, she likes it too, because she engaged in it. She engaged in it. She like it too. It's the dumbest thing. I'm hearing bitches constantly running around here talking about men that do anal are gay. So I'm like, what do you call the women that do it then? Because the women are doing it. They like it. They walking around with butt plugs in their ass all day. So apparently they like it. It's some type of sensation they get from it that they like. There's only one sex that's able to penetrate that hole that they got the sensation for that makes them walk around with butt plugs and shit of that nature. So what do you call the women who like anal sex, since the men that like it are gay? The men that like it with women are gay. So what do you call the women that take it? They don't have no answer for that. They just be saying stupid shit.
All types of shit, bro. Like, yeah. And I can tell a big nigga like that try to pretend he hard. They like their asses played with. I could tell. Yeah.
Girl, it's people here in Hollywood who are saying that he's gay and for real, and they got video of that to prove that. And I was like,
Ooh, shots fired, bro. Shots fired. He already know. I'll upload the recording. He don't want that recording of his wife out saying that. I was just like, play with me if you want to. You have?
I met her in Washington, D.C. backstage at a show. And this is also when I met that pastor that was on his podcast a week ago lying about me, who invited me to a private Bible study in his hotel room during a snowstorm, trying to lay hands on a bitch. So that's why.
Again, why didn't you say anything about this pastor when it happened? These are things that you should do when it happened. Like if y'all motherfuckers was, because you're doing this for a social media moment, but a social media savvy person would have went through with it and been recording on the way there. I would have been live there recording and got to the nigga door and said, what you want me to be over here doing? See, I'm just saying, y'all is not utilizing social media right. If you tell it now, why didn't you tell then? And who cares, pastor or not, the nigga is a man who was trying to get some pussy. He's a man. Man of God, fuck. They do.
I was like, all the people that he's trying to get, like, it was pretty much he hired actors or some thirsty open micers to be on his show and wrote them a script and was like, we got to deny everything because the truth was out too much already. So once it went viral, like once Comedy Hype picked it up and then TMZ wanted to break the news, but my attorney was like, don't say nothing yet. Just chill for right now. So in doing that, it has definitely given people time to hang themselves. And the defamation that has gone on, the lies, I'm talking about, like,
are you emotional?
Girl.
Man, this whole finna cry. See, it is the same playbook over and over and over again. Same playbook. Tasha knew this was fake. Girl, are you getting emotional?
Bro, I cannot believe to the extent that people will go for 15.
Tasha K's level, I don't give a fuck. I'm just here for this content. Is like it's on point. She don't give a fuck. It's like it's for the content.
Minutes of what they call fame. I'm just like, really? Like, and these are people who I've used to call friends, like people who still have my glass.
But I mean, you said TMZ wanted to release it. So if TMZ wanted to release it, that means they called and asked somebody for permission. You could have said, I would rather not relive this moment in public. Yes, it did happen. Yes, it's me, because y'all please, I don't want to be embarrassed like this all over the goddamn world. You could have said something like that. You gave them the go ahead to do it.
Where at their house from the last meal that I cooked for them.
Now they know they need to return your shit.
Girl. So, and the holidays is here.
Yeah, you need your shit. Tupperware expensive.
Girl, especially the glass.
Glass. Right, exactly.
Okay, hello.
Take the lady shit back. So, go ahead.
So basically, there was a comedian who was there, and it's a woman, and she took the gun from Corey. Corey passed her a gun and was like, put that up. So because I've mentioned her name, she's like, oh, because you mentioned me, I'm going to say whatever. And I have like all the text messages from all these people and all the
hold on, back up, because you were telling us how you had met Corey and we had got on him fucking Darlene. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so you guys actually worked together back 12 years ago. Yeah. You just want to follow
let me go back to the 12 years ago. Okay, so he wanted me to be a co-host on his radio show, right? So I flew out here from Washington, D.C. And mind you, I'm from California, but I was going to Howard University, undergrad and grad. So that's why I was still in Washington, D.C. So I come back, I come to L.A. to have this meeting with him. And and have a production meeting, like see the studios, wherever he was recording and stuff like that. And then he says he got me a hotel room. So I'm like, okay, I didn't flew myself out here. I guess that's the least he could do. Give me a hotel room, whatever. He got me a room at this place called Dunes Inn on Wilshire Boulevard. Okay. It was some Rudy Poo shit. I was like, okay, but it was only going to be for a night. So whatever, I'm flying out tomorrow. But he tried to force himself upstairs, like on some, like, because he was buying a room.
Corey?
I don't even know who the fuck she telling this story about, but how all these men trying to take advantage of you? It was just a pastor trying to take advantage of you. Now some other nigga done flew you out to a room. Now I'm like, Tasha, you talking about Corey? Because if not, bitch, why do we care?
Upstairs, like on some, like, because he was buying a room.
Corey?
Right. Because Corey Holcomb was buying me this hotel room, motel room, mind you. That he had a right to come upstairs and it was about to go down or whatever. He was like, yeah, you know, woo, woo, woo. And I was like, huh? Like, nigga, no. I was like, I'm sorry. I recall you being married. And I, first of all, do not mess with married men. That's just something I just do not do.
This 12 years ago, she lied.
Parents had been married for 42 years until my mom passed away. So I'm like, I just know this is my dad played pro basketball. I'm like, this is what I do not do. I knew to never be
So
that.
he tried to come get some pussy from you in the Roach Motel.
He really thought he was about to get some because
you light skinned. He was supposed to put you in the Hilton.
Nigga, I am also Filipino. Okay, so that's why
she ain't even all black.
Right. So that's
exactly.
why.
Do y'all hear this? Do y'all hear this crazy shit? Tasha K tells her he should have put you in a high-class hotel because you light-skinned. Her response is, I'm Filipino. Ma'am, you when you heard the name of that motherfucking hotel, you knew it wasn't shit. It was called the Dunes Inn. Most of anything with an N in it ain't good at all. It just ain't, unless it's the Red Roof Inn, and you know what you get there. But at the other end, they typically sleaze ass motels. 12 years ago, you was still in your 30s, bitch. You was old enough to know better. You do. Google existed 12 years ago, bitch. You could have Googled this goddamn room and said, I'm straight, I ain't coming to you. I can't stay in no room like that. But you went.
So that's why I was like,
I'm telling you, it look like they trying to diddy him, but he ain't getting no pussy, so they can't diddy him. And she bought her own plane ticket. He just paid for the room. But nah, he ain't slept with none of these women. She said he thought he was entitled to some because he bought the room.
Go ahead. Wanting to fuck somebody at a goddamn Roach Motel. And she's half black and Filipino.
Nigga. Them just low key. He ain't gonna see nobody. He ain't gonna bump it to nobody he know there that's gonna snitch on.
Just him wanting a period.
W. Okay. Now, would you have gave him some pussy if he would have got you the W?
No, because I don't mess with married men, period.
You started on that.
Tasha is a fool. I told y'all her level of I don't give a fuck is for content. Tasha said, hold on, bitch. Mom just said, let's be real. If the nigga had to put you at the Hilton or the Marriott, would you have gave him some pussy? And then Tasha told the woman, you stuttered after that. You lying, you stuttered.
Some pussy if he would have got you the W.
No, because I don't mess with married men, period.
You started on that. You was like, no. You had to think about it.
Some examples. I was like, dude.
But if he wasn't married and he got that W hotel, would you have gave Corey Holcomb some pussy?
I probably would have made him still wait a little bit, but like I would at least.
I probably would have made him. I would have made. So yes, you would have gave him some pussy. Here we a 12-year dispute because she really liked the nigga. Corey, after that date, Corey was probably like, fuck that bitch. You probably like, fuck that bitch. And kept it moving, and she like her some Corey. Look at this shit. I probably would have if he didn't have a wife and it was a nicer hotel. And girl, shut. It's women, man.
He's had him in a better mind frame of it all. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna shoot you on my property, Tay. I'm gonna catch you. I'm gonna catch you outside the gates, Buttercup. I'm gonna catch you outside the gates. Watch your back. That's all I can say, Tanya. Watch your back. Watch your back, Tanya. You safe here, though. You safe here within the gates. Within the compound gates, you safe. I'm going to get you outside.
Because honestly, Corey didn't seem like that bad of a guy back then. You know what I'm saying? Like he seemed like a nice guy back then. But once he flipped on me like that and was like, oh, well, fuck you then, bitch. You ain't going to give me no pussy. Well, fuck you then. And
I knew it. Knew it, and he probably didn't even tell her fuck you bitch. He probably just moved on because he's married and he ain't got time for this shit. But if he could have fucked, he would have. But like, I ain't got time to be pursuing you. He probably just moved on about his life. He wasn't into her like that no more. Even though from what she's saying, when she came to the hotel, it was on some business shit. It wasn't even them trying to fuck, because if it was on them trying to fuck, then she wouldn't have ever went out there in the first place. So it had to be on some business. And he probably continued the business. He just didn't fuck with her no more because he couldn't hit. I ain't just said that. I don't think he told her, fuck you then, bitch. I think he just stopped flirting with her.
and fuck the whole radio situation. So I didn't do his radio show. Bitch, you ain't gonna give me no pussy. Well, fuck you then. And fuck the whole radio situation. So I didn't do his radio show, but I continued to work with Olivia Fox. And
that's called sexual harassment. And he's trading pussy for work. He wants you to
straight up. So that happened 12 years ago. So mind you, we are.
Why didn't you say something about it 12 years ago? I just don't understand the boldness to talk about it now, but 12 years ago, you couldn't. You wouldn't. No lawsuits back then. Because you know the laws. I'm sure you've had your master's degree for at least 12 years. You know the laws. Why Tasha K had to say, ain't this sexual harassment?
Fast forwarding to now, like 3 years ago, I just moved to LA. So and I'm doing comedy. So he sees me and he's like, "Oh, DC, is that you?" And I'm like, DC. Oh, that's where he does know me from. So I was like, yeah, that's me. Yeah, that's me, right? So he's like, okay. And I'll see him out in front of the Improv. We may joke a little bit, say hi, but I'll keep it moving and keep it at that. So that's why for him to all of a sudden jump into a conversation I was having with another comedian in July that had nothing to do with him at all. The first thing he says is, he ain't got to say shit to you, bitch. And so when he immediately starts like that, jumping into my conversation, I turn like, oh, okay. And
I know, let me stop you right now, because you got to take a look at these words. So sure, you right there.
Oh, okay.
Look at these. Look at these.
I turn like, oh, okay. And that night I had time. That night I was like, I got time tonight. You know what I'm saying? So that night, like, I literally let him and a bunch of his yes men know all about themselves. And I told him, I was just like,
she got them told. A whole group of men, she got them told.
I was like, you are out here stealing all these new comedian people's jokes. I was like, you are not a writer. Your career is going this way. I was like, you aren't helping put nobody on. Like, you don't let none of these niggas open up for you. I was like, has he let any of y'all open up for him? Any of y'all, please make some noise. And so it was like, everybody's quiet. And I'm talking mess to the point where I'm telling him, I even told him, I said, nigga, you are a demon. I said, straight up, you work for the devil. I said, you do not help nobody come closer to Christ. You are not helping the world a better place, be a better place.
That's not his job. His job is not to bring people closer to Christ. It's amazing. Everybody want to tell you what you ain't doing right, but then still with the fuck. What is she doing to make the world a better place? Ask her who the fuck she didn't put on. And ask her how she bring a message towards Christ to the world. Ask her if she's doing any of those three things she just said he ain't doing. Yet she labeled him a demon.
And he was literally like, if anybody look.
But you was cool with the demon, though. You said you would see the demon, you would speak to the demon, you would keep it moving. But why you speaking to demons? Why you having laughs outside the Improv with demons? I'm just saying.
Love her. You need to come get her before I super sock this bitch. And I'm like, what? Now this nigga is getting violent. He talking violence? And I'm a social worker. So I'm just like, and knowing the laws, I'm just like, this nigga ain't that stupid. Especially
you about to call them crackers.
Right.
What are you talking about knowing the laws, man? It's simple assault. You got hit one time. Like, it's not like that nigga is gonna do 2-3 years in jail. He did them goddamn. Yeah, just because y'all didn't even know each other, he ain't had no 12-hour hold. It ain't even domestic assault. He just smacked the bitch. The hell? Because I know the laws.
You are the cracker, so you don't need to call nobody. That's a compliment, but go ahead.
So yeah. He basically threatened me then and was like, if anybody love her, come get her before I super sock this bitch. And so other people were nervous and scared, and was like trying to pull me away and pull me back and put me in the car and really thinking this nigga was about to do something and whatnot. And I was just like, in my mind, I'm like,
if this is the footage that we saw, we didn't see nobody trying to hold this woman back or pull her to get her in no car. We saw her standing there, neck moving.
got all this money and boo boo boo, and he got so much to lose, and he the one who's booked and blah blah blah. But yet you talking about hitting a female though, like.
And that was the first time he had threatened to hit you.
That was the first time he threatened to hit me in July.
Okay. In July. And so he didn't get a chance to do it. So what led up to him hitting you at the Improv a couple weeks?
Wait, so you had already had an altercation with this nigga where you got him told you roasted him and his group of yes men. So you demasculated a group of men in July and you got away with it. You got away with it. But he is saying, man, somebody better get this smart mouth fat bitch before I knock her out. So he said this in July. And then when you bump into him again, you go into the same behavior. So you must forget he said he was gonna knock your ass out the last time. I'm just saying, like at some point you would try to avoid confrontation, especially when a nigga done already said, man, I'm gonna knock your ass out, and it didn't happen. So then you get into another altercation with him. Crazy work. Corey interview though is gonna say something very, 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 very revealing about this lady right here. I don't know how it got to it, but he said something very, 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 very revealing. She looks evil to me too, by the way. Why she calling people demons? She looks very, very evil right here. And I just hate red lipstick.
Weeks ago.
Okay, so remember I told you he fell off his scooter, right? So remember I just told you.
I said his big ass ain't got no business on no scooter. A scooter is for 18-year-olds, college students and shit, and small, short Mexicans.
Right, who got balance.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So what did he do? Okay, so I saw him already a couple times since that situation. He said nothing to me, nothing at all, was always looking away or anything like that. So it wasn't until this situation that just happened a couple weeks ago it was like 12:30 in the morning. I'm walking out of the Improv. So now it's like 12:10, December 10th now. And it's 12:30 in the morning. I'm walking out to meet my homegirls in my car. And remember, I just told you that he fell off that scooter and he broke both of his wrists and he fractured some other bones or something like that, right?
In his face?
You said what?
In his arm or his wrist or his face?
Broke both of his wrists. Oh no, I was just scratching.
Okay.
He broke both of his wrists and then he fractured some other bones from what I heard, right?
And now he got to hold the scooter with tight wrapped wrists.
Whatever happened, bro, he fell off this thing. Right?
He ain't even supposed to be using his wrist.
Yeah, so he fell off the scooter, broke all these bones and everything, and all this other. So basically, the next time he showed up to the Improv, he had the cast on, right? So this is almost like a month later after the fact. So when I saw him through the window, I just went like this, like on my Brandy, I want to be down type thing to him. And I was just like, whatever, because so many people were already making fun of him and his demise and him being broken up and crippled and stuff like that. And I was just like, I'm not gonna like entertain and add on to it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not that
right.
So I was like, whatever, they can have it. And his co-host, Marcus Smith, is one of the main people who was making fun of him while he was injured to the point where they had a falling out, right? And that whole falling out went viral. It was real nasty, the whole thing, right? So him and Marcus just got cool. This is the first time you're seeing both of them together in front of the Improv this night that all of this also went down. So I come out the Improv, I walk out and he is looking at me up and down, and I'm standing in one position because my knee is still hurting, busted from that weekend, that Saturday injury that I had. So I have on, it's my 10-year comedy anniversary. So I have on like a dress and like thigh-high boots. I have a fur on. It was freezing outside, and I'm holding my purse and I'm lighting my J. And then, so basically by the time I'm on my second puff or whatever, he is looking at me and then I catch him looking at me, but then now he catches me looking at him, watching me type thing. So then he goes, "Fuck you looking at, bitch." And I was like, oh, wow, immediately. This is how we're starting immediately, right? So I was like, all right. And he's 12 feet away from me at this point in time when he starts like this. So he is going, "Fuck you then, bitch. You dirty bitch, your mama bitch."
With the wrist like this?
So he has the casts are off now. The casts are off now. So right before I got out there, he just told two of my friends, "Oh, I can't even be out here fighting like that because my wrist ain't even all the way healed yet." So he comes and he's like talking, going back and forth, like, your mama a hoe. I'm like, oh, okay, your mama's a hoe. Like, you a bitch. I'm like, okay, you're a bitch. And I'm just like, what are we doing here? This is so childish. And then so then he starts to walk up and gets in my face now. And then he goes like, I'm ready for any and everything. All like that. Like, look at me. I'm ready for any and everything. All like that. And I was like, Corey, like, I'm looking up. I'm like, Corey, what that mean, Corey? Corey, what that mean? Like, I'm like making fun of him because I'm like, he is really already acting out already in front of all these people.
Okay.
So I'm standing right on the sidewalk, right in front of the improv, Hollywood Improv door. And I'm not moving at all. I'm standing in one spot the whole time because my knee is
the
messed
longest
up.
story
So,
ever.
and I'm wearing heels I shouldn't be wearing. So all I'm waiting is for my car to pull up and I'm out. So he's talking mess and going all like this in my face. And then I was like, you ain't learned yet? And then he was like, fuck you talking about, bitch. Then I was like, you didn't learn from the last time you said you was gonna super sock me. Like, cause he was already talking about knocking me out and shit, right already, right? Oh God, here we go with this shit again. And so I was just like, Corey, you're not gonna do nothing. Even people were like talking.
So what do you mean you didn't learn? What was there to learn? He didn't do it. He ain't do it the last time. What do you mean you didn't learn? So you were antagonizing the situation. I'm just saying, sometimes you fuck around and find out.
To him like, Corey, you ain't about to let her hype you up and woo woo woo. And then I was like, Corey, you didn't learn already from the last time? And he was like, fuck you talking about, bitch. I was like, you don't remember the last time you said you were gonna super sock me and you didn't see what God did to you then? And I was like, and then
son of a bitch. God punished Corey because he threatened to hit a bitch. Not that he actually hit the bitch. He threatened. He threatened now. He threatened to smack her, and God got Corey for that. Yeah, it's a motherfucking pedophile walking around that ain't got the guy that's not gonna do anything to. This shit, it burns me the fuck up. Won't do nothing to the pedophile. Do something to Corey Holcomb for a threat. A threat in an argument.
I did the I want to be down, Brandy. And he was like, fuck you talking about, bitch. I was like, you don't remember the last time you said.
So God made him God broke Corey's wrist for saying he was going to sock this bitch. But it didn't happen immediately. It happened months after their altercation. Check. So that was God's doing. It wasn't human error on him and the motorcycle or nothing. It was God. Okay, then, by that same logic, ma'am, God got you smacked the fuck up. That by that same logic, if God broke his wrist, you did something to someone, and God's punishment to you for fucking with whoever you fuck with was to have Corey Holcomb smack the shit out of you. Is that a safe assessment? Can I use that? Whoever knows this woman and she's wronged y'all in life, when y'all get to argue and say, don't you remember what happened last time you argued with me? God got you smacked.
You were gonna super sock me and you didn't see what God did to you then? And I was like, and then I did the I want to be down Brandy dance in his face again. I said, you don't remember when
I would have paid anything to see this go down between you and him.
All like this. I went like this. And then I was
like this, yeah. And he,
so I was like, you don't remember both of your wrists getting broke when you said you was gonna slap the super sock the shit out of me? I was like, God didn't tell you I was one of his favorites? He didn't tell you to leave me alone?
Nigga.
I said, please believe you keep this up and it's only going to get worse for you. I promise you that. So he was still talking shit, all woo woo woo, da 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 da. It's people all in front of us. He reaches over two people and walks up to hit me in my face. Like, and folks are just like, wow. So then the security dude, the security guard, who was standing right there in between us, he grabs him and then hits him with like a 1-2, and then Corey's starting to fall back, and then Corey's little yes men jumped the security guard at the improv.
God didn't tell you I was one of his favorites. No, ma'am, he don't fucking talk. But I just find it odd how all the billions of people he supposedly created on the earth, you motherfuckers think y'all one of his favorites. Out of the billions of them, y'all think y'all got some type of extra favor that somebody else doesn't have, and that makes you feel good inside. That is some crazy warped shit.
So then it becomes it's 4-on-1, but really with Corey it's 5-on-1, and then you got Joe Torre's son Cam Torre side swiping, like, you know, like a football move, like when they so he does that to the security guard whose name is Jamel, and he knocks him over, so he falls to the ground, and now it's like 6 guys on one stopping the security guard who tried to step in for me after Corey Holcomb.
Because I was gonna say, where your niggas at? How many niggas you got living in that house with you, child? I was gonna say, where the fuck them niggas at?
Well, it was like maybe 5 people with me. So
it should have even gotten that close to you to even hit you. It should have been.
It was definitely like people in between, and then my homegirl went to go get the car, and then my other homegirl, she grabbed my stuff that was like out, like my jacket and my purse and my boxes.
Right.
Like that. So it was like, and then the other guy who was with us, Jerry Law, was just making sure, you know, nobody else tried to, you know, whatever. So he was trying to help break up the fight as well. There were some good people out there who definitely tried to jump in afterwards to try to break up the fight. But because Jamel was right there, he was able to, you know, grab Corey, and then he did get in a couple hits. So
Corey, ultimately, it was like a brawl.
It turned into
Corey got jumped.
Jamel getting jumped by Corey and Corey's.
Oh, so somebody got jumped. It looked like it was Corey, so it was dudes folk who got jumped. It looked like it was Corey at first.
Corey and 5 other guys on Jamel, who's the head security, one of the head security people at the Hollywood Improv. And he's also.
Now, let me ask y'all a question, because y'all doing all this, your mama this, your mom that. Was y'all high? Because I heard that you be down there selling some of the best edibles ever outside this comedy club. Is that true?
I mean, like, of course, like, yes, I make edibles and whatnot like that. That isn't, you know.
They say they good.
That isn't a secret. And
no, but they say they good.
Yeah, they're great. And, my grandfather and his business had me doing that as well. And it's a family.
So you a social worker, but you make great edibles.
Yes, I do. And I make my own butter. And
you make your own butter.
I've been in, like, you know, car accidents and whatnot. And my dad's a nutritionist, so he was like,
so they help with the pain management and stuff. So what type of edibles you make? You put sugar in them? Are they sugar free? What?
We do everything. We do stuff for diabetic patients, cancer patients, and we give stuff away to the homeless as well, because we're like, hey, you might as well smoke this instead of crack. You feel me? It is still here in California, you know.
All is on social work, okay? Because I was gonna ask, because, you know, child, you know, the streets be talking now. And they say you be out there with your candles, you be out there with your edibles. They say you be selling boxes of cigarettes. They say you basically the lady that's supposed to stand in the bathroom to sell everybody condiments, but you do it outside the club. Is that true?
No, I think they're putting it on thick, but I do have some licensing and whatnot for vending, and, you know. So it, you know, we'll talk more about.
So that. You do it.
I'm just if you want to promote your business here, this is an open platform.
Yes.
Okay.
So much.
No shade or nothing like that. I know I got my shades on. No shade or nothing like that. But they just told me they said that Christina may have been like high on her own supply when this shit went down.
And at the end of the day, Corey also was drinking alcohol and had a whole bottle of something and a glass out there out front, along with having a gun on him.
So he was drunk, but you wasn't nothing. You wasn't drunk or high. You said you do make edibles, but when she asked, were you high on your own supply? And like, no, but in one story, you was outside puffing your joint. But he was intoxicated, though. You were fine.
Him, along with, he is also trying to deny everything and flip everything to the best of his ability and defame my character. So he's going to say whatever he possibly can to try to flip the story, along with that other comedian who also took the gun from him. She's ex-military, along with being a mother too. So she's also trying to clear her name. And I have the text messages from her where she said, because I've added her name and included her name, she's going to say whatever she wants to against me. And the other people who he also had on his podcast, that Corey Sherrill guy who this started all over, that's who the comedian was I was having a conversation about with. And then the other Corey Holcomb jumped in to aid him and was like, oh, he don't have to say shit to you, bitch. So that Corey Sherrill person is also somebody who has my glass Tupperware at his house, and he was staying at my homegirl's house, driving her car. and living under her roof for free and whatnot like that. So he totally lied about everything, even to the point where he's trying to include himself in on the fight just so he could get on Corey's podcast and get his little 15 minutes.
What the hell does him living with your homegirl, driving her car, and staying for free, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? If the point of the thing is he's now lying on you because he was trying to be on, he want to be on Corey's side. That mean Corey ain't fell off like you tried to say he has. You tried to say he didn't fell off, but it's niggas willing to side with him over you to be on his platform. Who's more influential? Because if you were more influential and you had a platform to put him on, it would probably be on your side, man.
To fame, and he's including himself in on the fight as one of the guys who jumped Jamel now, which is amazing to me.
I need to talk to Jamel. Jamel will talk to me?
Yeah, I'm sure he would.
Yeah, see if he'll talk to Touch K for about 10 minutes. I'm going to add it into your interview.
Yes, I'm sure he would.
The more supporting evidence we got for you, the better.
Yes. And okay. And the other witnesses are all at work right now. Otherwise, they would have definitely been here as well. And then there,
I had people tell me that we're there, that this did happen, but you guys were face to face, and you was talking shit. He was talking shit, but I
told him.
She was face to face with him talking shit. Now again, on a normal day, it's not something you do. This wasn't a normal day, though. They have already had words. They had words before. And he was like, bitch, I found your motherfucking ass. And they went their separate ways. And then this time, when they having the words again, she go back to that time and say, you don't remember, nigga, you said that God broke your wrist. They face to face saying this shit. Sometimes you fuck around and find out. Is it normal? Nope. But is it normal for females to be in men's face barking like they niggas and like they want some? No. Sometimes you got to make an example. Hopefully this incident here would deter her from jumping in any other men's faces on the auspice that they ain't gonna hit her because God gonna take care of them later. You as a woman, a social worker with a master's degree, you supposed to know how to diffuse situations, to de-escalate situations, ain't you? Hey, Noya, thank you for the $50 super chat yesterday. I saw that junk come in, but I saw it on my phone after the live had officially ended. But thank you kindly.
About his whole ass.
He did hit you.
I told him that like she raised a loser. And
now you know he's sensitive.
Girl,
you know Corey's sensitive. You know he wasn't loved properly by his mama, so he got an underlying issue with women. And
that's all I was expressing. All I was doing was expressing the truth and the facts. And I told him that like I prayed for him even when his little wrist was broken stuff. I said, nigga, I prayed healing.
He ain't got no little wrist.
Wait, God broke his wrist for you, and then you prayed to God to heal his wrist. This shit don't even make sense. Cause you wanted his favor, so he did a favor for you and broke the nigga wrist, and you was like, no, God, why you do that? Heal this nigga. If the wrist weren't gonna heal anyway in 6 weeks.
That's a big nigga. That's a fat.
I told him, I was like,
okay, go ahead. Go ahead. I want you to
that God would like work on your heart in the time that, because I told him, I said, you don't remember your wrist being broke? I said, you don't remember?
Nigga don't even work on his own heart. He looked like he passed by McDonald's and stopped on the way to the comedy club. That man got so much motherfucking fat and claw arteries and shit. He better set his ass somewhere the fuck down before God do it.
And that's what I told him. I said, you don't remember when you couldn't feed yourself, when you couldn't wipe your own ass and you was smelling
that white bitch did it. That white bitch did it that he messing with.
Girl, and there's a lot of them out here who be trying to take care of these lame ass niggas out here.
Here she go. Yet she ain't got no nigga. She don't have no nigga. She's a comedian. She sell essential oils and shit and edibles. She got a master's degree, on the radio, and she's single. She's Corey's age. She looks good for her age. She looks good to be in her 50s, but like you single and you talking about some niggas that you consider to be lame, but they able to get bitches. These lame niggas is able to get bitches. You the realest hoe on the block. Ain't no niggas trying to get you. You still holding on Cora Holcomb, flirting with your ass from 2 years ago.
California. That's what I told him. I said, you lost all your friends, and I was like, people do not fuck with you for real out here in Black Hollywood. Like, many people have called me, like, and have been coaching me through this whole thing. And from Tiffany Haddish to Alex Thomas, Deion Cole, like, so many people have been literally like, this is what you need to do. This is how you need to handle this. Boom, 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 boom. So I have literally been getting any and all the advice needed possible. So that's why I'm saying, even the lawsuit, the civil lawsuit, and anything else that happens is literally, this is all out of my hands at this point. Like, because the footage is viral, but it's not public yet. So people have seen it. Like, even I remember the other day, I just flew into Washington, D.C., and my friend Craig Robinson's brother, called me, like, you got a moment? He was like, yo, me and my brother just saw the video. And I said,
so the video was circulated?
I said, what the fuck? And he was like, yeah, we just saw it. And he was like, can I pray with you? Because I am so sad that all of this is happening and going on around you, and people are going to the extreme measures to lie and actually say that the opposite has happened. Because once you see this footage, you are going to be like, oh my God, really? And why? So that's why all the people in the comments who were saying, oh, she deserved it, or oh, what did she do first? And it's like, all I did was tell this dude the truth about himself and what he's doing to these younger comedians, and how he's stealing jokes and
not stealing jokes.
Yeah, he's not a writer. This dude is not funny, and that's why he tells the most horrible, horrific jokes ever. Those abortion jokes and everything else. And it's like, dude, like, it's really sad. It's a cry for help. And I think we really need to get Corey some help, like an intervention type stuff. And maybe this is what needed to happen in order to wake him up, because this is not okay. And I was taught to keep my hands to myself. And in the game of dozens, I grew up in the project. So it's like,
but you doing this though, like, you can't do that to a motherfucker that's socially sensitive.
Girl, I didn't do nothing to him but tell him the truth.
I know, I'm fucking with you.
And he couldn't take it. And I was literally like, you need to get your life together before it's too late. And people were warning him, like, you ain't about to do nothing, man. Come on, she ain't.
And I'm sorry that happened to you. I just wish your girlfriends that were there would have at least helped. Some other men would have helped. Shout out to Jamal, you know what I'm saying, for jumping in and help. Because let me tell you something, I roll with 3 to 5 niggas deep all the time. I wish a motherfucker would. Like, bitch, you're gonna get what the fuck you came to look for today. Yeah. Okay. So
I just couldn't believe that people saw what happened and were still willing to defend him. And one guy jumped in saying, oh, we gotta protect the OG. And it's like, protect the OG. This nigga just hit somebody, a female, in the face, and then the girl.
When we're stressed out about anything, including debt, there's so many accuracy because
the supplements. Okay.
And then the girl,
or was there less,
who took the gun from Corey, she was pushing me back, holding me back from trying to get to the pile to help my friend. and then she was like, oh, you don't want to do that. It's money on the table. It's money on the table. I was like, what are you talking about? She was like, it's money on the table. You don't want to do that. And so she's been on his podcast a few times already. So I think this past time that she was on there lying about me saying, oh, he didn't hit her at all and stuff like that. And she definitely didn't mention the gun or nothing like that. And the text message that I sent to Craig Smith, he gave her the phone to read it. And then she stopped and paused right when she was about to read and passed Katrina the gun. So she's trying to save her ass too. And all these people thought it wasn't no police report. I didn't go to the hospital, none of that, whatever. And it's like,
but you did though.
I'm a social worker. I know the rules and the laws, boo-boo. And it's like, once you put your hands on me first, it's right for everything else. And that's why I said in that post, if I was a white woman and this happened to her, to Miss Becky, what do y'all expect and think would be happening right now? So why are we so numb as Black people? And in our community where violence is okay and we expect it. Why? That's not right.
Right. I definitely agree. And again, I'm sorry that happened to you, and I'm glad that you are speaking out and, defending and correcting the narrative, because you could have easily jumped on the internet real quick and, laid it all out. But you kind of stood back, and I couldn't imagine like that happening to you in front of everybody, how humiliating.
The actual StreamYard thing was on mute. No, so y'all didn't hear me ranting about, oh, hell no, because I've been off the phone for a minute. Okay, so I was ranting about her telling the story about, I was asking why she kept pointing out that he had a gun, but nowhere in the story did she say he tried to use it. Did he pull it out or anything? So she's mentioned like 4 times he had a gun. I don't understand why, other than the fact she's trying to get him in trouble. And then I'm just ranting here, and she's talking about, well, I said the white people, she was talking about if he had done this to a white woman, ma'am, you are kind of white. But nah, no, I would have cared. He ain't Jonathan Majors. It would have got the same type coverage you getting. Like when people saw the Diddy shit, they just were like, damn, he knocked the shit out to the bitch, but wasn't nobody shocked. Like it's not shocked. It's some niggas that hit women. And you coming from the Black community, you just said it's cool where we accept violence, then you have to realize any stupid motherfucker you run into may just very well perpetuate violence. So you might not want to antagonize them. You constantly kept having run-ins with this man. And then you made fun of him saying, nigga, the last time you said you was going to hit me, God broke your wrist. And then he smacked the shit out of you. Is God going to get him with the lawsuit? Because the other shit, that's just simple goddamn probation. And then you suing for money. He got the money. It's not like you're going to ask for 100 million. Whatever you ask for, he got. Which is why you're going to settle. You're going to end up settling. You're not going to court. You're going to settle.
That would have made you feel as a woman. You know what I'm saying? That this man actually put hands on me. So, I do empathize with you in that. And I do want to talk to Jamal. And so is there just anything else you want to add before we wrap this up?
Y'all know California got strict gun laws.
Because you went over a lot.
That was a lot. I would just say, because this,
I'm done with you, ma'am. Fuck you. Get your coin. But I think at this point, get your money, but I think Corey, whatever Corey spends to him, he can look back on it and be like, that was money well spent. I was sick of that bitch playing with me. I don't think he fucked up about having to pay the money or having to be on probation. I think it's to some people it's worth it to prove a point. And you know this as a social worker. So let's hear Corey address the situation. Now, he took an interesting approach from what I heard, because when I don't know how long he had been live when I saw he was live, and I skipped it back to the beginning to see what the hell was going on. And the few minutes that I didn't want to listen to the whole thing because I was gonna come clear with y'all, but the few minutes I listened to, he wasn't really focused on her per se. He wasn't focused on her. His attention was on something bigger, which now that makes sense why he would be focusing on something bigger. So they gonna end up paying his legal fees for this bitch if he get his way.
Are we on the air? Ladies and gentlemen, it is Tuesday night in America, one of the most anticipated shows that happens to be our 16th year anniversary.
Yes.
16th year anniversary. Remember that lady said when she bumped into him 12 years ago at the radio, she was trying to hire her because he was just starting the show, but the show had been around 4 years. I don't think after 4 years somebody could say you just starting the show. But and he was supposed to replace her. He was supposed to replace Darlene with her, but Darlene is still there 12 years later.
Yes, Sunday. It was Sunday.
We've been doing this 16 years. That ain't no joke. I don't know if I've ever missed a Tuesday.
Y'all common law.
That's great.
I take my job very seriously. And I want to start out by saying this because this is so important for me to say. I have been grown for a long time. I'm 56 years old, ladies and gentlemen. I stand before my mother, who is watching this show, probably very concerned because I'm getting a million phone calls. I stand before my mother. I stand before Minister Farrakhan and the nation. I stand before Geno Jennings and his congregation. I stand before everybody in America who is trying to move upward in a positive manner. I want to say this about Corey Holcomb. I have never been able to punch any woman in my lifetime. Now
again, he playing semantics. He might not have punched her, but he made some type of physical contact with his hand with her face. I don't think it matters in the general public opinion whether it was an open hand slap, a fist, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It doesn't matter. A mush, however you want to put it. I don't think it matters. The good thing is you didn't Ray Rice her. Now, if you had knocked her out, then yeah, it probably would have been a bad look. But at least you didn't Ray Rice her. But he playing semantics. He made contact with her, but he said he ain't never punched a woman. Never. Never. Tasha K said he beat his wife and Darlene. I don't know.
In 5th grade, I had a fight with a girl. She was a bully. She was bigger than me, and we had a fight like that. So I probably swung when I was in 5th grade. But I'm saying, real talk, I'm a comedian, so I try to be funny, but this is the truth. I have never punched a woman in my life. And all of the people who know me, who've been watching this show 15 years, 16 years, whatever.
If he has hit Darlene, she got to be sitting up there feeling shitty like, nigga, you lying your ass off.
You have an idea of who I am. Because there's a lot of people who have no idea who I am, so I can imagine them saying whatever with the information that's been put out there about me. I can imagine them saying, Corey is this, Corey is that. But I just want to put that out there because there's a lot of people who don't know me, and I want to be able to say that for myself. And I thank God I have a platform to say that for myself because I am going to talk about Why?
God broke your wrist for that bitch, G. You ain't heard? God broke your wrist for that bitch. God playing both sides, my guy.
This stuff is happening to me, how unfair it is for a conglomerate in media, such as TMZ, to launch this type of attack against a comedian with a YouTube page. That I don't even get money like that for this page. But as I talked about before on my show, with things that happened with me and somebody who I allegedly did something like punched.
Did this nigga just say he ain't making money like that off his YouTube page? That's what he trying to say for lawsuit purposes. He capping.
This has all been talked about on my show, and I am telling you, I did not lie about anything, and I believe the truth is about to be shown that I did not lie about anything. And I'm bold enough to say this. I have reached a point in my life of maturity where I don't really like to lie about nothing. I feel stupid after I lie. I feel like an idiot after I lie. Because I've been truly blessed to, somebody said to me, like a lot of guys been calling my phone, Corey, if you want to make it to your dreams and stuff like that, you got to do this. I'm like, I've already made it to my dreams. I could take care of I can send my mama money. I got a place to stay. I got people in my corner. What? I know people think you're supposed to have lavish things like $1 million cars and all like that. I'll take it if I get it, but I got to get it the way that is righteous. So I'm just saying, all you people who think I'm trying to make it to my dreams, I've made it to my dreams. That's why you're watching me right now. So listen, I have acquired help in my situation because my situation is crazy now. My reputation has been destroyed. I've never gone through anything like this. If you wanted to get me, let me tell you, you finally got me. Corey Holcomb, the human part of Corey Holcomb is starting to show itself. I want to apologize to the people in Hartford, Connecticut this weekend, my first show Saturday. They thought something was wrong with me. They thought one dude said, he dope. Because I was trying to medicate myself with Bear aspirin. I had some ibuprofen. I had all kind of stuff in me because I couldn't really sleep because I'm watching what TMZ.
Since when do Bear and aspirin put you to sleep? Nigga, you should have took some Tylenol PM.
What's doing to me? I really couldn't sleep. I caught the flight from LA to Hartford. Normally by then I collapse, but I couldn't really sleep. I just kept, because I'm watching everything that's happening to me. I'm like, yo, they saying what? Okay, so when I was on stage for the second show on Saturday, I apologized to my people in Hartford, and I appreciate the way y'all was clapping when my friends, Foolish and Maurice, came and grabbed me, because I was nodded off in the chair and threw up. Because I hadn't eaten anything, and I put that medicine on my stomach. I didn't have no appetite because I was watching what's being said about me all over the goddamn internet and everything. TMZ, I can't beat TMZ. If TMZ say it, most people gonna believe it. So I just want to let Sean Holly, who is in the dark trying to hide, I'm letting you know, I'm gonna bring you out. I know what you've done to me. It's really foul what you did to me, and I can prove it. I can prove it. I just can't talk about the case right now, but I can prove what you've done to me with your friend Harvey Levin at TMZ. I can prove it. And I have a brother who I've acquired, a lawyer that I'm so grateful for. He's helped me in the past. And this dude, I just want to let y'all know, man, I don't get emotional about nothing, but I ain't never been under attack like this. Like, we sit up here, we go at it, we have problems with people, but I've never had a conglomerate after me. When I got off my flight that was delayed, it took me 9.5 hours to get from Detroit to LA because of the snow and everything. It was a man taking pictures of me, asking me about a gun, because I think that's they play. They want to try to act like I pulled a gun out when it was so many people out there that night. Nobody's going to say Corey had a gun.
And if you had a gun and you didn't pull it out, why the fuck are they bringing it up? You didn't threaten to shoot nobody. Nobody has said anywhere that a gun was wielded or even talked about. They just pointing out the fact that he had one. Why? I asked this when I heard her say it.
It's just not going to happen. But I think that's the play they're trying to do. But I'm carrying on. I want to bring on my brother Derek, who is a lifesaver. After I acquired him, I was able to get some sleep, brother. You don't even know. I've been like, I can't believe this is happening. I cut on every news station, and I'm like, yo.
Is Corey trying to say it was AI?
Beater, which is what they do. Especially this lady named Sean Holly. I know Tory Lanez is watching this, jumping up and down because she got a chance to do some really dirty things to my brother. But I have a different circumstance where I have evidence against this woman that I can't wait is weighed up with the help of my brother Derek right here. Derek, can you hear us? He's on Zoom. I can hear.
Turn him up.
Tanya, if he had a concealed carry license, him having a gun, there wouldn't even be a big deal. They wouldn't be bringing it up because he's legally able to carry it. They're trying to indicate that he had a gun illegally, which is why that lady said she got text messages saying, pass old girl the gun. They was trying to get the gun off him so that, because he's illegally carrying. Because if you're legal, why would I pass it? I can have a gun on me and have an argument and smack a bitch. I didn't pull it out. Nobody has been threatened with this gun. Second Amendment.
That you have, that you will keep, and that you will maintain. So I just want to let you know that you have, that you will keep.
Oh shit, he cut it out. Well, something got cut out. It sounded like he at the end. Let me see. But something definitely got cut out from the live show.
And that you will maintain. So I just want to let you know that first. Okay. You know, I've known Mr. Holcomb for some time now. And I mean, he is just not just a lifesaver. He said, I'm a lifesaver. He's a lifesaver for me because he's such a great guy, client, and friend. And he called me, I mean, I literally was knocked out. And he called me in disarray about these false allegations that have been made against him. And his team today sent my office the entire client file. And I'm not going to get into any type of attorney-client privilege or attorney work product. But what I do know is that he may have a possible case for defamation against TMZ and others because, you know, from what I've seen, what they're saying about him is absolutely false. They're not telling both sides of the story. And it's a false, reckless disregard for the truth. And, you know, when you're out here buying news and reporting news, because that's what TMZ does, they buy news, you know, some of this news is going to be fake. And what makes news fake is where you don't go and research both sides of the story. There are public records that are on file that my client, Mr. Corey Holcomb, has a restraining order against this young lady. That was not reported. And that's a public record. And TMZ could have just pulled that up. So it's clear.
So the bitch that Corey smacked, he has a restraining order against. She ain't supposed to be around him. Shit got so bad between them that the man took out a restraining order on her. And for the lawyer to say it's public record, can't be lying about that. She ain't mentioned this shit on Tasha K at all. So again, the smack. Ladies and gentlemen, I heard this last night. I was like, oh, I got to report this. I got to report this because I ain't heard nobody talk about it. And this happened on his show last night. He had a restraining order on the bitch that he smacked. Does that change things, ladies and gentlemen? I'm just saying, does that change things? She knows she got a goddamn restraining order against it. It's up to her to move the other way around. When she saw him, according to her story, she was standing out there. He was standing out there. She looked at him. He looked at her. And then he said, what you looking at, bitch? Isn't it pertinent to her, according to the law, to get the fuck up out of there? I'm just saying. Is he wrong for smacking the bitch? Because she was violating the restraining order. We don't know if she was or not, now. We don't know. Maybe she got arrested after because she called the police and she went to the hospital. Maybe she got arrested after that. But I'm sure they would have seen it.
File that my client, Mr. Corey Holcomb, has a restraining order against this young lady. That was not reported. And that's a public record. And TMZ could have just pulled that up. So it's clear that there's much more to this story, and we'll get into it, and we'll discuss a possible case. But I mean, this is clear defamation. It's false. It's a reckless disregard for the truth. And people need to be held accountable for it, because Corey, like he just said, he had to almost cancel a show. How many more shows will be canceled? Will he be labeled a woman beater, et cetera, et cetera? Do we know what this young lady did to him? We're not condoning anybody hitting a woman. A man shouldn't be hit either. Nobody should be attacked. But one thing that everybody should receive is fair and impartial.
From what we saw in that video, he was not hit at all. He wasn't hit at all. From what we saw in the video, he threw the first punch or smack or whatever you want to call it, since he said he didn't punch him.
News reporting, and that's all that we ask for, versus spewing lies and false rhetoric.
Hey, so why do you think Titan in news would report things like they did against me? I feel like I know, but I'm saying by you being a person who works in law and knowing this is crazy for them to do that, like with the evidence that we've presented to you, have you ever seen anything like this before?
I've never seen anything like this. It's, what I saw in the file, everything is a public record. There were transcripts taken in court, I think in 2024, if I'm not mistaken, of everything that occurred during the night of incident. So all they had to do was just go and check out the transcripts or look through the clerk's record and looked at everything that was filed and saw that this was just one big misunderstanding. It's not what they're making it out to be, right? But the average person that's just out here in the world on America, they're not going to think to go, let me go and pull the court records. Let me go and see if there are any court records there. We're just dealing with, the every average day, citizen. But, I've never seen anything like it in my professional career, which has been 15 years. But, what I will say is that I'm pretty sure this is something that's running rampant, and it needs to stop, because lives are affected. Your life is affected. You have a family, something like this could ruin your career, right? And they're not worried. I honestly think that TMZ did this to get clicks, likes, comments, follows, subscriptions. I mean, it's all monetary. If they're buying news, they need to make the money back for the money that they spent to buy the news, right? So it's for attention, like you said. I mean, the entire world may be talking about this, right? Which is going to make them money. You're not making money from it. They are. And I think it's monetarily based. And it may be some type of, underlying animosity or bias from out of their office. We don't know. That's something we can possibly discover or find out.
I wish that I could talk about more with this case out loud, but I am going to obey what the judge told me. And she was very clear when she said, don't mention things about this case because of what was placed upon me, not to talk about it, and what was placed upon two other parties where we're not supposed to be talking about this because, I'm going to be bold enough to say this. When I found out that I had a case against me, it was because I call it God, but a person who is a lawyer called me 4 or 5 days before the second hearing was to be held and said, do you know that there is a case against you? And I said, no. You know what I'm saying? She was like, this is the second hearing and someone has said, you pulled out a gun. So it was, I went into court under the heat. And when I went to the courthouse, you could not find where the case was being held. The only reason I was able to find out where the case was being held is because I'm Corey Holcomb. And somebody say, what's up? And I was like, hey man, I can't find it. It's not on the board. They tried to hide this from me. And this is what I tried to explain. But when I'm explaining it myself, it's not as effective as if somebody like you are explaining it. You get what I'm saying? So from the very beginning, like when somebody say they served you, that was forged. So I'm so glad you were bored. So now we can sweep through everything that happened and we can find out why I wasn't the only one who was reprimanded, because that's not what's being said. The narrative that's being said is that like the guy who walked up to me at the airport. So she said you had a gun. And I'm like, I see what they're trying to do, because from what I understand, that might be a way to get things brought back up in another way. So I don't know, Derek, do you know can you give me any information on what I may be up against? Because I believe this woman named Sean Holly, which I'm going to talk about during this show. I believe she is behind it all. I do, because she was brought out in the courtroom because somebody made a mistake and pretended like Sean Holly was their lawyer. And the judge called her. And when you hear this phone call, Miss Sean Holly is going to have a lot of explaining to do, because I have proof of things she's done since she talked to the judge. And Sean Holly lied to the judge. I can prove it. If I couldn't prove it, I would be in hot water right now, right?
You would.
I would be in hot water. I can prove this crooked attorney lied to the judge. Real talk. So that's what I'm up against out here in California with people. You know, I get it. My voice is irritating to some people. But I've irritated some 1,000-pound gorillas out here. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm just trying to, I'm glad you're aboard to help guide me from here on out what to do, man. And before I took you on, I've read about all the things you've done to help people, man. Because, yo, I have the lady, Sean Holly, talking about how she does this thing for a monetary gain, and the clients are not the priority. But there's proof that you do things to help people, man. And how I found you, only God can explain it. That's what I'm saying. How I found you, because it's not easy.
Well, you're just hiring this thing, but he said you were a good friend and great client, as if y'all niggas have known each other for years, but you Googled this nigga and found out he did some good shit. So you just met him before you retained him, but he tried to make it seem like he been your attorney for 15 years. Shit.
Easy to find a lawyer that's really going to help you. It's not. Most of the time, you find a lawyer that's going to tax you. You know what I'm saying? So I've read how you have helped people, brother. You've done some amazing things to help people. And I'm telling you, man, I'm honored to know you. I'm honored to have you helping me, man. I'm just getting the people like, if people, can you say your full name so everybody know? Because I want people to know you.
Right. Derek Deyon, DerekDeyon. Instagram is DEREK.DEYON. Thank you. I appreciate it.
No, it's real, man. I hate when people act like I'm a liar and things like that. Anybody can lie. And if somebody say they ain't never lied, they lie. But I've graduated. I consider myself an elder in society. And though I may have weird ways of going about it, I'm not lying to you. I'm not trying to be slick to you with nobody. And I feel like we'll get to the bottom of this, because to know my reputation was ruined that way in front of the world. Like I said, since I took you on, I sleep a little better. But yo, I couldn't believe how they took this situation and turned it into that. No judge would grant me protection unless they saw I needed protection.
That's right.
And it was a female judge.
That's right.
I'm just saying, for people
who... Again, he's pointing out that Corey is saying, I have an active restraining order out on this woman. In order for me to get one, I had to prove that I needed one. He makes a great point.
Don't know all of the things. I hope I'm not talking about the case too much. Am I doing too much? Please.
I mean, the restraining order is public record. Just don't get into the facts of the case. So.
Okay, I won't. I know I can't. And a lot of people might not understand that, but I literally can't talk about what happened with everything that's going on with me right now. I need to have this all sorted out. So within weeks or maybe a month, I believe that you're going to see other things where proof that I was attacked by people. I can't say everybody, but I will say I was attacked by Sean Holly. I was attacked by TMZ. When I saw them two little boys up there trying to lead people on with questions, I was like, look at this. I was attacked. And yo, I believe I can still do my comedy and build myself back up, but it's not gonna be easy, man, because the label of a woman beater is out there on Corey Holcomb now. Yeah, so brother Derek, we will continue to talk. I know it's late out there. I appreciate you staying up to do this, man. And I know you got to go to bed, brother. Thank you. I'll be talking to you real soon, man.
Let's talk tomorrow. I appreciate you.
Okay, thanks, man. I'll talk to you soon. Derek Dion, y'all.
All right.
Much
Yeah,
respect. Yeah, respect. Much respect. So, yeah, man, I'm motherfucking damn near fell out on stage and motherfucking, can you imagine throwing up in front of people?
Man, that's embarrassing.
I just was like, I was on, and I saw these, because it's really can't destroy my brain. Yeah, it was, I was up there about 30 minutes, but they clapped as I was being carried off stage. Because it's really the people who, okay, I got to talk like I talk. People who fuck with me come see me.
Right.
You can't destroy my brand with sucker shit like this easily, even though my brand took a major hit. But yo, I don't want to hog everything. Did you want to say something, Craig? Because I don't want to.
Nah, man.
Well, first of all, that you're not feeling well, so thanks for coming. I know you're not.
Oh, yeah, man. I'm fighting some bullshit. But,
they gave him, somebody gave him some shit. He looked better now.
Oh, yeah. I'm about to get to the house after this and go right through distractionist manipulation games. This is what they're meant for. They're meant to like shake you at your core. They're meant to sway people's perception of you. They're meant to get the attention off of, you know, whatever the initial argument is. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, where we are, we can't stop and we can't change what got us to where we are. All we can do is just stay solid. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, we've been under attack with you as well, which I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. None of that shit, you know, weak nigga as far as like, I don't change up on motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Remember, because of course there's a lot of people talking about, yeah, if Corey this, if Corey that, then he would have did something. Listen, Craig, don't you have a productive week and a new son?
Yeah, man, I'm blessed.
You don't have time.
Yeah, I don't have time for none of that.
Fades.
But there's people. No,
people who don't have health insurance.
I don't mean it in that way. But if it happened to happen, I mean this. It's niggas who have cartoon minds in this world that believe everything they see as they see it.
Well, no, hold on. Before we play that, I get that.
So me as a man,
not that video. I ain't talking about the video where I had enough. I ain't talking about that video. I mean, shit, I admit it. I had enough on my show. But anyway, I'm talking about there's a video that was on the internet immediately after this. And I want to see somebody who got punched, TMZ, punched Sean Holly. I want to see this because this is what y'all said. So this person, because of attention, which goes back to this other dude who was on the show a couple of weeks ago, because of attention, you made a fool out of yourself. You could have actually been slick. Maybe even did something to yourself to make it look like I did something diabolical. But because you wasn't
is he saying
enough,
it's
and you
AI?
wanted some attention so bad, somebody was on the internet right after weird claims, and I just want people to see. I ain't living like that. If I do it, I stand on it at this age. Mm-hmm. If I do it, I stand on it at this age. I got forces of evil trying to line me up. And we ain't even finna, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm telling people, if you live a life that's straight up, chances are straight up good things can happen to you. I really believe that. If you live a life that's straight up. We all have temptations to do what's easy.
You mean straight up bad
what's
things.
easy ain't always it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
Go ahead, Darlene. I know you've been laid back. I get it. I appreciate it. You see, you got your little blue jean hat on this show.
I do. I try to do a little something different. And also, I'm supporting if you guys are not up on, there ain't no singer. She is a badass rapper. From San Jose. She does both. It's a funny line. It's a double entendre. I want them to come.
Oh, we got a shirt too. That small shit. That small shit, I ain't forgot about it. I have not forgot about that small shit, and we're gonna address that later on because, like I say, I was wondering how did that video that's edited get mass produced? I can't prove it yet, but there was a video online when me and Tampon got into it, and
it's edited.
It looks like he stood up in front of me right there.
That's just quick editing.
That's to say it again. See, chew in, Craig.
No, that's just quick editing.
That's quick editing. That's what I'm saying. I saw this dude. There's a video, like I said, say it again, and then he stand up, like, let's go outside. That's not what happened. What happened was I told him, he didn't say it again. Because I ain't a Tampon. During the show, I brought up that lady who was murdered by ICE agents. And Tampon said, fuck that lady. So I made a shirt I hope that we get in touch with the lady who was unfortunately murdered, get in touch with her family. Because I made a shirt that I want to send everybody in her family Because, you know, he wants to talk about everybody else's family and kids, but if somebody say something about what might be something that touches his heart, he wants to control the way war goes. Let me tell him and everybody else, you not me. You not me. But this is dedicated to dude. We got a shirt that will be up.
You call it Antoine Tampon.
Hit it. This is dedicated to you, Lane.
Hey, leave my family out of this. I just saying, I agree with Corey on that one. You cannot control how war go. Everybody fight different, but the goal is to win, nigga. We want to go to war. I'm going straight for the gusto, nigga. I'm going for what I know hurt. Now he done got you, your wife, and your daughter on the damn shirt. He is a fool because if you see his daughter is not a human, apparently the wife ain't a human neither, and he a Mr. Potato Head.
Oh, that's cold.
He said, fuck your lawsuit, Antoine.
This is dedicated,
He said he
to
gonna
you,
send
Lane.
it to the family of the
If you
people.
want me to, call me again. I'll send you one. Motherfuckers out here thinking they can control how war go. You playing with me, I'm gonna play with you. I'm gonna play with you, man. You don't even know. I saw a video online. This man talk about all his paper. I saw a video online. You know what I'm saying? Dude, wife shopping at Walmart. And he supposed to be such a boss-ass motherfucker, but his girl was at Walmart showing her ass in some jeans. Or they weren't jeans, they was some cheap ass. I'm gonna play the video. Because let me tell everybody something out there. If you put a video or a picture online, it belongs to the game. It's not even your property no more. Did you know that? Thank Corey Holcomb for telling you that. Oh, Corey gonna get in trouble for showing this. Let me tell you something. If you put it online, it belongs to me.
It's the First Amendment, freedom of speech. And in the freedom of speech, you also are allotted the freedom to have your opinion, whether negative or positive, about anything, public figure.
That's what I'm saying. So people don't even know that, man. Yeah. They don't even know that. They acting like, oh, ooh, because he sat back and tried to act like he was hurt. Get your cake ass out of here.
Yeah.
You can't afford to post primates.
Man, he on his
You simply can't. If you post primates, I'm going to joke about it. Tampon. That's God. That's where that beat came from, right there. Make sure it don't beat no more, though. That was God. That was God's drum roll. If you post primates, I'm going to joke about it. Because, see, you don't post them. What you do is you be in the streets with women who you said, oh, and she was looking so good. Hey, I'm going to tell you, to the girl that you brought up here, once again, I have nothing personal against you. In fact, I will take time out of my busy schedule to show you some of this real game. Stop hanging with the lame, but work him because we can use his paper. We can use his paper. But, little sister, I know you came all the way out here. He thought you wanted to go to the Lakers game with him. He don't know. You came out here so you could be around the 5150 show. I think you should go online and tell that. We'll set it when you come on the 5150 show. And you know what I'm saying? We got some things for you.
She came out here for Eldon Campbell, but he died the week before.
You stupid.
Goddamn, she just missed Eldon Campbell.
You stupid.
Rest in peace, Eldon Campbell. Hey, can I say something, man? Real quick. Context to me.
I just also want to say that show where I'm supposed to be getting in trouble for, that show was am I lying about that show? That show was what? YouTube did what with that show? They monetized it. So all you online lawyers, that show was viewed by YouTube and monetized by YouTube. Y'all don't know what y'all be talking about, man. Stop being a lawyer online. You're not a lawyer online. You somewhere using somebody else's internet, talking on somebody else's computer. Get your paper straight, man. Y'all know what you're talking about. Go ahead, give me this term.
Okay, context to me. The root word of it is context. So in politics, misleading front is used against context. Right.
That's number one rule in the art of war: destroy its credibility.
Right.
War is to destroy the credibility of somebody.
Right.
That's number one rule in the art of war: destroy its credibility.
Right. So, but this is the actual strategy that whoever this is, whether it's Sean Hawley or him, I don't know, but this is a political strategy that you just have to be patient with. Look how out there you there because you're aware of if you guys feel like solid at all. It's all there's a type of years I can't go to heaven. Nigga, we ain't niggas, but you know that
get it. And you know, there's another thing that happens in this world. See, we still human beings. And most of us, even though we live a certain way, I live like a savage. I'm not perfect at all. I don't prey on the weak. I really don't. I don't prey on the weak like that. Right. But I live a life where I need to do better.
Like that.
And I believe a lot of people live a life where they need to do better. In fact, want to do better. Now, that's not me judging, but I got a brother who I'm finna bring up here who also has something to say about this situation, and he is well informed in this situation, and I'm very glad that he's willing to come.
I think she mentioned this guy on Tasha K's thing. I think this is the guy that she said stayed with her friend, lived up under the roof and all of that because he want to be on the 5150 show. I think that's this guy.
I'm on the show because it takes courage for him to talk honestly and candidly about what he knows. We need to either get him a seat or can we get him a seat and make sure he's queued up on the camera? Get him a seat. Now listen to me. I've known this brother for a while as he used to come. Whenever he come to LA, he visited the Improv and everything was cool, but it was a conflict of interest at one time with who he know, who I know, and all like that. But this man got in touch with me and is willing to talk about some things that I'm glad he will talk about because, once again, I'm not lying about nothing. I stand on everything I say. And I just want to see what my brother got to say. I want to ask him a couple of questions because I believe he can clear up a lot with what he has to say. Come on up here, Jerry. Come on up here. Right, baby?
Yes, sir.
Respect, man. I'm telling you, man, I'm so glad you came on the show, man. Listen, will you tell people who you are, man?
What's up? My name's Jerry Law, man. Dumbass East Dublin. I'm from the town.
That's right.
Comedian, man. You know it. Yeah, area.
Look, let me tell you something about this comedy thing, man. When I was, sound like you have a great community of how you. I'm not saying I won't never do it again. It's just if I do it again, it has to be under different circumstances. We had got to the point where the show at the Improv on Monday nights really was going on outside. The show was really going on outside because all us, me, Jerry, a couple of people that's up here, I'm gonna let speak, we all used to hang outside on Mondays where we had almost or more outside than in the showroom. And with events that happen, sometimes there's conflicts of interest. But this is Jerry, and I'm just saying it's like there was definitely conflicts of interest when everything happened. And I just want to ask you, brother.
Yes, sir.
You know, when we was in Oakland, me and you was barking at each other. I was like, hold up. This dude, because I didn't realize it was you for a second, because but we was barking at each other, right?
For sure.
Can they hear the brother? We was barking at each other. So it was like, it was left with a feeling of emptiness. But I don't know if you remember the last thing I said to you, you know what? My bad, forget it. Am I lying?
No,
I said something like that.
Yeah, you was like, man, I ain't even tripping, dog, but you can't come up in here, though. I'm like, nigga, I ain't trying to come up in there, motherfucker.
Right, I get it. But I was shocked to see you because there was a conflict of interest.
I totally understand that.
And you were speaking for the people you knew better. Yeah. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But as things have developed, just like clockwork, people think if you watch somebody throw an innocent person under the bus, do you know they're going to throw you under the bus as well? I'm serious. Everybody, see, when I was younger, I didn't know that. I used to be like, well, he ain't did that to me. That's how I used to be. But Brother Jerry, I'm laughing not to be rubbing it in, just saying like, this is how I go every time. Brother Jerry has been thrown under the bus even after he picked a side and stood on it.
Brother, can you elaborate a little bit on what happened to you, man? Like, I ain't trying to put you on the spot to do nothing you don't want to do. There's no pressure on you, but I'm glad you here saying this because there's a narrative being put on TMZ like there's an angel being destroyed, and that's just not what's happening.
Yeah, no, it's no. What happened was to me was that after everything took place, like I said, it was going on front for so long, and I'm trying to tell the, tell Shorty, hey, cut it out, motherfucker don't want to listen, nah. And then the homie, he say, hey, cut it out, motherfucker don't want to listen.
I have to say this: the homie is a guy.
Yeah,
right.
Dude, yeah, my boy.
Wasn't he trying to grab her?
He was trying to grab her. I was trying to grab her. She wouldn't listen. She wasn't fucking with it. She wasn't going for it. So then I'm like, look, I don't get down like this. This ain't how I rock. We're not finna be out here screaming and nothing. I'm saying, like, you too turned for what this is. This ain't even about that. We had fun. Next thing I know, she screamed on me. She said, do you live out here? I said, nah. She stumped again. Well, let me do me. Let you do you. So I'm like, well, what is doing you? Because you got us looking bad out here. You know what I'm saying? I got to go back to the soil. So I'm like, man, we don't rock like that. So next thing you know, after everything transpired, after she do that, I walk over, get in a little group with the rest, with Cam and all of them. Next thing I know, I just, the commotion. Oh, shit. Look around. I'm like, oh, shit. And I hear, that's what I wanted you to do. Yeah, that's what I wanted you. Yeah, I said, ooh. I'm like, nigga, I've been bamboozled. I've been
What the brother is saying is, I'm telling you, after everything went like it went, it was rubbed in as if I got you. That's what I wanted. Yeah. This on everything, homie. I swear, I won't lie. Yeah. I wouldn't put this man up here and try to talk him into lying because me and him, we was at each other in Oakland.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad because I understand the position you in. You're in the motherfucking streets. Yeah. And I would never play with you in front of the streets because the streets watch this show.
100. It's all streets.
She set him up.
Anything you don't
took the bait though.
Don't answer. Because I just want to ask you this. You was with certain people after everything went down.
Yeah.
Man, look, I know you weren't lying because somebody else told me this. Motherfucker was looking to start a campaign to motherfucking bring me down. So I said this on my show, and I'm telling you, you ain't the only one told me this.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say the other guy because he a guy who I know. Yeah. I like him, and he crazy than a motherfucker, my nigga.
Yeah.
He told me this too. Oh, them people got on the phone with some people.
Yeah.
And them people actually took them people's side and really started all this.
Yeah.
Do you want to speak on that? You ain't got to.
I won't say the name, but yeah, they was like cooking. And then girl hit up somebody and was like, who? Here you go. They go a lawyer for you. This motherfucker keep calling. So like
I said who. I said he ain't got to say the name. I said who it was on my show when I was able to speak before.
Yeah. So
I said that's why I'm saying you ain't got to say it. But long as you was there, you saw it.
I was there. And then when I got dragged into it even more, like I said, I understand that if somebody trying to take you down, whoever rock with them, it's fuck all y'all. I understand that totally. That's how I got through it. But it got even worse when after the court situation, like I'm a solid motherfucker. If I got you, if I rock with you, I'm rocking with you. So I'm like, I got your back. They talking about some court shit. I'm like, well, I don't kind of do the court shit. You feel me? So I said, well, I'm gonna keep it straight with the G code, and I'm gonna still support you. I'm still be there for you.
So I was mad that happened, but I will say this: I saw you when you were speaking. Yeah. You kept it just like you keeping it now.
Yeah.
You ain't putting names out there like that, and I ain't asking you to put no names out there like that because I understand what it really is.
Yeah.
I understand that you coming here is bold anyway. But
for sure.
I will say this. Why the motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? Your Honor, your dig was motherfucking trying to see what the homie was talking about right here. You could tell what happened. I can't because you see what I'm saying? Yeah. I can't give details of that. So I hope you'll tell that.
So they asking me questions. She like, did you see Corey do this? I said, no. Which if you see me on the video, I ain't see a goddamn thing. I ain't see shit. So they asking more questions. I'm like, no, I don't know nothing like that. So during the time, you get the judge saying, hey, who you texting? Who you texting? Who you texting? And so I'm looking at my phone and this text coming through talking about say this, say that. And I'm like, whoa, hold on, bro. We don't rock like that. You got me fucked up. Say this.
Come on, bro. What was she telling you
telling me to say something about a pistol, man. I'm like, man, a pistol. I'm like, nigga. So what happened was apparently somebody put the rumor out and then they try to use me and say, oh, he was there because I stayed after the aftermath. I stayed the whole night. You know what I'm saying? I'm the first one on the block, last nigga to leave. I'm standing to see everything. So somebody said, oh, he seen it. So they start putting my name out there talking about I done seen a motherfucker with a heater. No, I ain't seen a motherfucking thing. And so next thing you know, that's when me and her got into a situation because I was like, yo, this is not cool. Like, what are you doing? Like, I understand you got an agenda, but don't include me in your shit, bro. Like, that's not cool. And then it got even worse. Some people wanted
you to do what they wanted you to do, and when you didn't do it, they fell out with you.
When I didn't do it, motherfucker got mad. And then, so that's what next thing I know, me trying to be there, being loyal to some people can put you in a fucked up position, right? Have you in a fucked up, I was loyal to the sister, you feel me? I knew it, but then it came to when this show came, and they was like, yeah, You know what I'm saying? And he was rightful, we chopped it. And he's like, yeah, man, we testified on me. So my homies is hitting me up like, hey, bro, this you? I'm like, Tommy T's, 15 years. Yeah, nigga, that's me. Right? So next thing you know, I hit her up. I'm like, hey, let me get that docket, that court number, you feel me? So I could, get the paperwork, because that's how we move around here. Man, motherfucker gonna tell me, oh no, I mean, got big, like it was on some fuck you shit, low key. Like, oh no, fuck that, no. You on the right side of God and Jesus and Peter and Paul. I'm like, fuck Paul, I need paperwork. What's going on?
Because you wanted it to be seen what you did in front of the motherfuckers.
Yeah, like, look,
we be around.
Yeah, I'm like, y'all don't. So I'm up in the bay, then I'm getting dragged down here. So that's when I blocked on everything. I'm like, I can't fuck with you. I had your back. And then it even got worse, because everybody see the video, they see the boy, boom, he, trying to protect his girl. It got worse, because he don't even fuck with it, feel me? He got a restraining note on her, the whole Nina. They thought that she tried to get one on him.
Wait, make sure, because I can talk about that. I just can't talk about my case.
Yeah, no, he got
I can talk about what has happened to, you know what I'm saying? Look,
brother, man.
If you see what I'm trying to do, I ain't trying to make you set it all out.
Okay,
but
man.
I'm trying to see how far we could go with it, where it's still 100. Because you ain't doing nothing but telling the truth.
Yeah,
and I ain't gonna lie, I was still mad at you when I saw you in the town.
Yeah.
But I will say this: you didn't go for them people's script.
Yeah, no.
We was in court. I was upset that I saw you up there, G.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, but yo, you didn't. Man, look, what you just said right here changes everything, because TMZ tried to act like they got an angel who's been victimized, but that ain't what happened.
Man, like I said, if me and bro got your back and you turn on me and him, and he done threw punches.
But who you talking about?
Her boyfriend. Her boyfriend, he throwing punches.
What's he do to him?
Tried to call the police on him and shit, and then that didn't work. When the police came, they was talking to him. And so next thing you know, she came out there screaming and shit. And they like, what happened to you right here? It was like, did she do it? He like, yeah, they took her to jail. She get out, she got a restraining order, try to get one. So he got a restraining order on her. They ain't even cool no more. How motherfucker rock for you when you turn on nigga? How nigga rock for you turn on nigga? Sometimes it ain't that certain
so
people don't
everybody got restraining orders on her.
They're not paying attention, they're not listening. You feel me? Put me in a
That's the real
situation.
shit you said right there. Some people are not protectable. Some people are unhinged. And they will show you time and time they unhinged. But hey, Sean Holly, in order to make a nigga look like a woman beater, you grab motherfucker on the meth side of the game and coming at me with it. You grab motherfucker on the meth side of the game and coming at me with it, Sean Holly, you funky ass. Boy, let me tell you something. I ain't through with you this episode. I know how many black men you brought down, and you already brought my name down. I don't know what else you got up your sleeve, because you do tricky stuff in the courthouse with paperwork and everything, Sean Holly. I got proof of it. I know you served the Improv some bogus paperwork, acting like you this, you that, and it was all bogus paperwork. You served the Improv bogus paperwork. I can prove it, and it will be proven. Sean Holly, crooked ass attorney bitch. Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there in a minute. Right now, you winning. It look like Corey did. Hey, he who laughs last the longest. I'm gonna laugh the longest. Watch. Yo, bogus ass, you got caught this time, Sean Holly. We ain't even tripping on that small time type motherfucker. We talk about you. You a conglomerate in the game, and you after a nigga with a YouTube page. You after a motherfucker with a YouTube page. Because you're trying to silence my voice because it's more powerful than you ever wanted it to be. You said a lot up here. I don't need you up here too long, because I don't ever want you to. I ain't trying to bring the heat on you, because whatever happened with me and you, I am not phony. I ain't tripping.
Same here.
This how it goes sometime, but they never expected you to be here.
Yeah, no, it's just the shock and awe.
They never expected you to be here, because to tell the truth,
don't laugh, you gonna cough.
I can't say the name, but dudes started to come. Dude started to come. We ain't got to say who dude is. We ain't on that. Dude started to come, because let me tell you something, man. You watch a motherfucker hang an innocent motherfucker. You think they ain't gonna hang you? I got people in my showroom right now that's gonna talk about how this unhinged on the meth side of the game motherfucker done too much. There's another question I wanted to bring to you, but like, hey man, when you are in a court of law,
he first talked
and
about
you
this shit,
straight up break the rules in court, it is very serious. It is contempt of court. While you was,
but all right, y'all got to go to his page to catch the rest of it. His name is tagged in it. It's the live from last night, 16th anniversary vindication show. As y'all see, he going the fuck in, and it's like 2 hours left. To the next episode, little channel, big voice. We out.
Low key, niggas hating, but they don't want no beef. State gang, true sippers, bitch, I bet we don't eat.